You're watching the Community MMA.
So I'm curious who will be champions by the end of this year, especially those first and foremost that aren't champions right now. Now, I'm willing to give you a prediction, a big prediction early on in the show, and that's that Khamzat Chimaev, one way or another, will be a champion before January 1st, 2024. And usually UFC ends in the middle of December, so Khamzat will be champion by December of 2023. That's today's prediction. I don't know if it'll be welterweight. I don't know if it'll be middleweight. But the UFC has got to get this guy a title shot in 2023. So let's look at those two divisions first, right? You got the welterweight, which will have a rematch between Leon Edwards and Kamaru Usman. I fully expect Kamaru Usman to walk away with the title. And that's the most likely shot for Khamzat, right? To fight Usman late in 2023. Now, there's also a lot of talk that he could fight Pereira, but he's unranked in the middleweight division. Pereira also is expected to rematch Adesanya, but how long will that take? Right? How long are we going to be waiting for that rematch? So it's not as likely in the middleweight division, although it would be perfect for him to fight Alex Pereira, because I think he's got a stylistic matchup advantage over him. Pereira will not be able to defend the takedowns. He's got knockout power, but Khamzat will shoot in for the takedown and win the middleweight title easily against Alex Pereira. That's my prediction. But will we get to see this matchup? I don't know. It really depends on what Adesanya wants to do and how quickly he wants a rematch, or will he take some time, go back into training and let the division sort itself out, knowing he's a top contender for either a rematch or for a title. So if Khamzat goes in there and beats Pereira, Adesanya still gets a title fight. So that's what it's really going to come down to, and time will tell. But I do believe Khamzat will be the champion in one of those two divisions by the end of 2023, and then in early or late, sometime in 2024, he'll get his second belt. And then we're looking at 2025, light heavyweight division. So, this is what's happening for Khamzat Chimaev. Now, when you go to the lightweight division, you got a tough fight with Volkanovski first for Islam Makhachev, but Islam Makhachev will retain the belt throughout 2023 in the lightweight division and probably 2024. So let's back up. What about the flyweight division? You got Moreno versus Figueiredo. That's going to be the toughest. I think Moreno wins again, and I wouldn't be surprised to see a fifth fight in that division. Bantamweight, Sean O'Malley is the champion by the end of 2023. Now, the only way this doesn't happen is if Marlon Vera beats Corey Sandhagen and they make O'Malley fight him before he gets a title shot. That could drag into 2024. Because there's no way Vera's fighting, then O'Malley's fighting Vera, and then O'Malley's getting a title shot. Those are like three sequences. It's very tough to happen within the year. Now, if O'Malley gets a shot right away, that should be an interesting matchup with him and Aljamain Sterling. Not an easy victory, and I'll watch that as a fan because I like both Sterling and Sean O'Malley. Featherweight, Volkanovski will retain that unless he wins a lightweight belt. Lightweight we know, welterweight we know, middleweight we know. Light heavyweight division. Hopefully Yuri Prochazka can return before the end of the year. Although they're saying like 12 months. If he can return prior to end of the year and get a title shot, he will end the year as champion. If not, who knows? I think either Glover Teixeira or Jamal Hill, whoever wins that, will fall when they attempt to retain the title in the next fight. So the light heavyweight is going to be a very difficult one to figure out. The heavyweight division, you got the return of John Jones lingering. Francis Ngannou is still the champion. Will he compete in the UFC again? That's up in the air. So you got a lot of things going on that could happen in these divisions. Also in the women's, I like to see Valentina Shevchenko fight Amanda Nunes. And I know she's lighter and things of that nature, but, Amanda Nunes is slowing down. If Shevchenko is going to get her, the time is now. Strawweight division, if Namajunas fights Zhang Weili, she'll recapture the belt. And maybe you get a rematch there, and that lingers throughout the year. So these are all the things I think will happen. A lot of questionable things, though, in these divisions, depending on next matchups and things of that nature. Like, will Khamzat fight Pereira, or will Pereira fight Adesanya, or what's going to happen there? Or will Pereira just say, forget the middleweight and go to light heavyweight?